Now, I don't mind speaking in public, but I also do cry a lot, so I'm sorry. I don't even need to introduce myself because everybody knows who I am. I was the favorite. Sorry. Raquel was my abuela, and I'd never been to Puerto Rico before, and we always talked about going for my 18th birthday so we could have adventures and so we could drink together. But she was supposed to be my tour guide, so we could explore everything and she could show me everything she loved about living there. The fact that my first time being there was for a funeral was never what I expected. She was so much fun, as we all know. She wasn't one of those grandmas that you would see and think, oh, she would make really good oatmeal raisin cookies. She was one of those people that you would say, damn, she's really loud. And she was. She was full of energy, full of life, full of music, full of dance moves, and anything energetic you can think of, she was. She would always tell me stories about her childhood, but also the childhood of my dad and Kimmy. All the trouble he would get into, which was probably more times than I could count. But she always resorted back to saying that he was a great kid. She would always talk about her love for my dad and my titi Kimmy. Would always shine so bright whenever she would talk about both of them and how much she loved them. Every time she would visit, we would eat Reese's ice cream together. Mm-hmm. And every time before eating ice cream, she would always sing the ice cream song by Eddie Murphy from Delirious. Her laugh was contagious. She would laugh harder and louder. And not only that, but while laughing, her whole body would shake. So if the joke wasn't even funny, her reaction was. That sneeze was so loud, like it was so loud that it would come out of nowhere. She would be so quiet, and then it would just explode. That sneeze has also been passed down to my dad and Kimmy, because they sneeze so loud. My 18th birthday was this past Monday. As I sat in the chair getting my tattoo, I looked at my dad and I just cried. Yeah, it hurt really bad, but like...
Terrible.
But like, I was waiting for a call that morning to get a happy birthday sung to me. I didn't get one. Though I did not see her on my birthday, she saw me. She was there with me. In the wise words of Justin Pierre, it's not a matter of time, it's just a matter of timing. Of course, we think the timing isn't right because it was too soon. It feels way too early for her to not be physically here with us anymore, but it was God's timing. And even though we don't want to hear that that's the reality, God has a plan for all of us, and He knows what's best for us. And what matters is the time you did spend with her. The time you would hear her laugh, tell stories, dance and sing, and even sneeze loudly. She was a wonderful woman, and knowing her was special. She was the dancing queen, and nobody could even remotely replace someone like her. I loved, and I know we all loved her, and she will never leave our hearts. You know, sometimes when you don't see your best friend for months, or maybe even a year, but when you finally meet again, it's like no time has passed. Like the space between you never existed. Like the laughs you share is only waiting to be found again. That's how it was with my abuela. No matter how long we were apart, the moment I saw her, my heart remembered. The love was still warm, the joy was still bright. When I heard the news of her passing, I was unable to move. I couldn't sleep that night because I knew I wouldn't see her in this life again. But I'm not bitter anymore because I know what we had was special. and I'll smile with joy thinking about her every day and every moment we had together. I'd hope for her to meet my children one day, for them to realize where I got my crazy from, other than my baby. In spite of hearing these news and knowing how much I'll miss her, I'll see her in everything now. Sunsets, having Reese's ice cream, listening to ABBA and other disco music, hearing loud sneezes and loud laughs, seeing obnoxious and vibrant colors, watching Star Wars, and many more. The best last words that I can say to her is, may the Force be with you, because we all know how much she loves Star Wars. I know she's with her family and our family, watching us daily in heaven, and I'll remember her all the time, anywhere and everywhere, and not only keep her in my heart, but also in my memories.